This Heritage Humane Society's Paws for Paws segment is proudly sponsored by Mermaid Books.
Ooh, yeah. Love that cool Pink Panther, Hank Mancini, the orchestra. I don't know about you, Diane. I think these weeks are going by too fast.
I agree.
See, don't you think? Just yesterday, we were doing this, and here it is a week later.
Yeah.
Well, here we go again.
And started in June, and here we are in August.
Yeah, and your camps are almost over at Heritage Humane.
Yeah, we've got one going on this week, and then we still got one more older kids camp week after next.
Very good. But first things first, we have CATZILLA here with us this morning, and CATZILLA is a 10-year-old neutered male, great babysitter for our kittens, and loves everyone, especially loves kisses on the head and being carried around on the shoulder. And CATZILLA comes with his very own blanket, which is gorgeous, by the way.
Yes, it's a very colorful blanket because he is black, so it's kind of hard to see his features. So we try to give them colored blankets to show off how beautiful they are.
So anyway, CATZILLA's up for adoption, and he would be the perfect addition to any home. What do you think?
He loves other cats. He currently is housed with 5 kittens that are about teenage years or months, and he babysits them and sits with them and plays with them and lays with them, and he's just such a cool, easygoing guy.
The perfect grandpa, right?
Yeah. We've been calling him Uncle Zilla.
Uncle Zilla.
Uncle Zilla. Yeah. He's just been an absolute love bug and great with everybody. He's a big guy. He's probably a good 17 pounds. So he could certainly stand to lose a pound or two. But he's a great cat.
Well, that means he's had a good life, and
yes.
Things are working out for him. Is what it means.
He was very well taken care of up until this point, and we're going to take care of him until it's time for his forever home. But he is a really, really sweet guy.
Well, that is fantastic. Now, we got rock painting coming up on Thursday, August the 15th. So that would be 1 week from this coming Thursday, right?
Correct, exactly.
Yeah.
And
tell us about that.
It's a lot of fun. This is the second one we're doing this summer. It's sponsored by Williamsburg Rocks. And it's $5 to paint 2 rocks. And all of the money raised, of course, benefits the homeless pets at Heritage. We do recommend that ages 6 and older attend. We will also have light refreshments, some snacks, and space is limited. So we sold out at the last one, so we're hoping for another good turnout. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you were explaining this to me last week when you were on with us. You said it's kind of almost like Easter eggs.
Yes.
You can paint them, and some people take them home and put them on their desk as paperweights. Other people hide them out in front of the shelter, right?
In front of the shelter or anywhere in Williamsburg. If you go to Williamsburg Rocks, you'll get to see all the different places that rocks get left and some creative stuff and some kind of out in the open things.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, that happens on Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Correct.
And then next weekend on Saturday, not this weekend, but August 17th.
That's a big day.
Ooh, and that's, in the words of our president, it's going to be huge,
It's
right?
going to be huge, yes.
Right.
It is a national event. In the week leading up to it, we're offering 50% off of our animals. And, of course, on August 17th, you'll also get 50% off of our animals that are 9 months and older. We're really trying to make some space for some animals that need our assistance. So we have a lot of kittens right now, a lot of cats, a couple dogs, a couple rabbits, and 2 lovely little teddy bear hamsters that are for adoption currently.
Oh, good. Well, how's Pip doing? He was on with us last week.
Well, you'd have to ask Pip because he got adopted the next day.
Good.
He got adopted on a
See,
Wednesday.
this thing works.
Yes.
I knew it. Yeah, very
so
good.
we were all excited to see Pip go home because he'd been at the shelter for a little while. So we were very excited to see him go ahead and go on home.
Okay, so he was claimed by his owners? Or?
No, he was adopted to a new home. Yeah, we never
Yeah.
heard from the previous owner.
Yeah, that was incredible to me. You know, and because you said Pip's Chip came back to Massachusetts.
Yeah, someone
somewhere.
in Massachusetts. But
Either they'd moved down here, or could you imagine coming on vacation and leaving your pet behind?
Well, it happens actually quite frequently.
Really?
We get calls from the hotels of folks, the cat got out and they have to go back to wherever they're from. We even had one a couple years ago. It was a disabled couple who lived up in Vermont, and they actually traveled back by train. We held on to their cat for a month till they could get the money to come back down and get their cat back. Wow. So it happens quite frequently. Cats, dogs, they escape. They're in unfamiliar territory. territory. The important thing is if you have your pet microchipped, make sure you keep the information up to date and make sure you have a tag with your pet's name and your phone number on it.
Yeah, because that microchip works very well. As you know, I live in Poquoson, and a Poquoson Veterinary Clinic, they do that. And many times when people will lose their pets, all the neighbors it's kind of like growing up in the 50s or 60s. Everybody looks out for everybody else's
absolutely.
animals. And if you see this lab running down the road, you'll say, come on, get in the car. And you take them over to the Poquoson Veterinary Hospital. They'll scan it and say, oh, this belongs to Mr. and Mrs. John Doe.
Exactly.
And they pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah, microchips are pretty standard practice now. Almost every shelter implants chips. A lot of vets will do it. The neuter scooter can do it for you as well. It's a pretty low cost way of keeping track of making sure your pet stays safe, and then you're contacted if he is ever lost and picked up by animal control or a shelter.
And you mentioned neuter scooter, and I'm glad you did because that's going to be coming up this Thursday.
This Thursday, exactly.
Right.
The low-cost vaccination clinic is from 11 a.m. to noon. It's a great way to keep your pets updated on rabies. You can, again, like I said, get a microchip. And they also do offer flea and tick preventative as well, which is really important this time of year.
With heartworms and all those sorts
yes.
of things. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that kind of went over my head like one of those jets at Langley Air Force Base. Also, Pet Value Pet, or Pet Value, I guess it is,
Pet
adoption. They have an event coming up on Saturday, August 17th.
Yes.
And that's going to be from 12 to 3, so kind of give us some info on that as well.
Well, because, Heritage likes to be everywhere all at once. So we've got the Clear the Shelters event going on at the shelter. And then, of course, we will have a few adoptable animals at Pet Value from noon to 3. Again, just trying to get out in the community and let folks know that we have some really great animals for adoption.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, let's get back to the business at hand. We have CATZILLA here, and he's an adorable, handsome fellow, 10 years old. And because we got Pip adopted the day after he was here, we want to keep up our record, don't
Challenge
we?
our listeners to come and
right.
adopt.
That's right. We're calling you out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Come visit. We're open noon to 4:30 every day, but Mondays are appointment only. So.
And you tell them Martin and Tim sent you from the radio station, and Diana.
Exactly, and you'll get 25% off.
Oh, man, you can't have it any better than that, can you?
Yeah.
Well, Diana, it's been wonderful having you on the last couple of weeks. Now, are you going to be back with us next week or Jennifer?
I'm not sure if it'll be me or Jennifer.
We'll be surprised.
You'll be surprised.
Either way, it's a pure delight. We love welcoming either or both of you if you want to come over.
We all love to come here and show off our wonderful animals, and we really, really want to thank Hadley and Mermaid Books for the opportunity every week to do so.
Yes, we do, and that's a wonderful bookstore over on Prince George Street. Stop in and say that Diana and Greg and Tim and everybody sent you over there, and we thank you very, very much. And thank you for being on.
Thank you.
And before you know it, we'll be saying, well, here it is another Tuesday. Can you believe it?
Exactly.
Yeah, anyway, it is 9:30, and we've got more of the music that you love coming up here at FM 93.5 The Berg and WMBG AM 740.
Mermaid Books is proud to have sponsored this Paws for Paws segment. Mermaid Books, antiques, vintage postcards, classic fiction, children's books, and of course, books about all creatures great and small. Mermaid Books is located downstairs at 421A Prince George Street in Merchant Square, Williamsburg.